This is Car Guys Talk with Andrew and Tavarish.
Hey everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day today. My name is Freddie Hernandez, and you may know me as Tavarish. This is the Car Guys Talk podcast. Joining me is across the table is my friend Andrew.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
I tried sabotaging you.
You did.
But your resolve is too... resolute.
Too resolute. Okay. So this is the Car Guys Talk podcast show extravaganza type thing. This is episode 89.
We're getting up there in podcast years. What is 89 episodes in podcast years? 89?
I think it's 89. But
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So when we get to 100, we legally have to stop it. Like
we just put it down?
Yeah, we just put it down like old Yeller.
There are some people that would like that.
I think everybody would like that. I think there's some people in this room that would like that.
You would like that?
No. So this is where we talk about cars, car culture, and stuff like that. I have a thing I wanted to talk about today.
You usually do.
I do. So I wanted to ask you a question because we're informal here. So we're
in Florida.
What is a car manufacturer that used to be cool but isn't cool anymore? And why? So I have a few thoughts on this.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
You first.
Okay. How about we say it at the same time? Okay?
3, 2, 1. BMW.
Okay.
Did you say Subaru?
I said Subaru.
Because I agree with that.
Okay. That is so much better than mine.
do you agree with BMW?
No, I don't.
Really?
No, I don't. No.
Have you just never liked BMWs?
No, I'm saying used to be cool, but isn't cool anymore.
Yeah, BMW.
But they have like some decent cars now, no? Or well, I mean, yeah, I guess not cool. They're not cool.
Yeah, no, they're not.
He's like, dude, I got a M4. Like,
oh wow, neat.
Okay, you want to see it?
Technically, it's an AR-15 because it's a semi-automatic version of the fully automatic military version. But nice try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second Amendment.
Right, so you said BMW. Why?
I just don't think that the cars they're making now, the designs are very of the times.
Okay.
Whereas I think the older cars, the designs, they have aged well. The build quality, I believe, is better. They're more reliable than the newer ones, I feel.
Okay, you're saying the older ones are more reliable than newer ones?
Well, yeah, they don't have timing chains made of plastic or cotton.
When you say okay, so I think we're dating ourselves here when you say older and newer. So you're talking about older like 80s and early 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, because older. So just to temper this, a 2003 E46 M3 would be your definition of a newer car. That car is now 15 years old.
I gotta go.
Man, it's been a time.
Hey, what's this pain in my chest? Why feeling this pain in my chest?
It's a pain in my chest and I can't breathe.
I cannot breathe.
So those, I was just thinking about this, just as a quick aside. I was thinking about this a few days ago. I look at, even though I have these cars that are sort of, expensive, right? Mm-hmm. I was thinking about the Lexus, and I had a Lexus SC. It was a 92. And the 92 was the first year that they had them. And I always looked at the 2000 Lexus as something I couldn't afford because they were too new. And I'm like, well, those are for the rich guys. Those are for the guys who have all their stuff together, right?
That's for the man that plays golf 5 times a week.
That car is 18 years old now.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So the newest Lexus SC you can buy is 18 years old. SC, the 300, 400. And for me, like in my brain, there's still that thing that says, it's too new, you can't afford that. Like those cars are like $3,500. I own a 99 that I bought for like, I think $3,000. Like those cars are very, very affordable and they're extremely old.
Yeah.
But to me, that's a new car. That is a new car.
I really like, if we're talking about Lexus real quick, I'm a big fan of any year and any body LS.
Okay.
Lexus LS.
So-
I am obsessed with those things.
So I actually like the later model ones. But could this go back to? Could this be the inverse of that? Like a car company that wasn't cool and now is cool. Like the Lexus, they have the LC 500. They have the LFA. They have the RCF, which is polarizing. Some people say that it looks like it's been in an accident. That would be me. But they have like the ISF. Those are real nice. So they have some pretty cool cars.
They do. And even back then, and when I say back then, I mean like the 90s, though they didn't have like sporty cars, their cars were still like goals for people, you know? Like that was like...
They were always aspirational.
aspired.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing is, their cars were, let's be honest, they're boring. Like they did have boring cars. You would never say a Lexus is cool unless it was like modified or something.
No,
like that.
I want like one of these that you're pulling up here, like that first picture. I want that bone stock in good condition.
It says LS430. This is not an LS430. This is an LS400.
It's a 400.
Yeah.
I would love to have that car just as a nice, quiet, smooth daily.
So Matt Farah, one of the ideas that he has, I told him that if at the 1 million mile mark, when he has, because Matt Farah, if you guys didn't know, has a 1 million mile Lexus
This body
LS,
style.
of this body style, and I actually drove this car across the country when it has 930 something thousand, right? And it was fine, totally fine. Drove it from New Jersey to LA, and he says that when it reaches 1 million, one of the ideas is to give it to me and we could put twin turbos on it. We could just put like just a cheap twin turbo kit on it,
100%.
see what it does with the track, see what it does on the dyno, and see if we can blow it up. He says, all I want is if you blow the engine up for you to turn the engine into a table. And I was like, cool, we'll do that.
That would be, do you think that would be the world's most well-traveled table?
Probably.
Like how many other tables have traveled 1 million miles?
I don't know, but there can't be many. That's what
I'm saying.
Maybe there's a table made out of some space shuttle parts. I'm sure, you know.
But have space shuttles traveled millions of miles?
I mean, I'd say so if they're in orbit.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, just being in orbit for a little while.
186,000 miles around the equator?
No. 186,000 miles is around the equator. It's definitely not that. 186,000 miles, you're thinking of
the distance to the moon.
No,
probably.
the distance to the moon is 250. Well, depending on where the moon is, right?
Yeah.
That's around 250. Or I'm not a scientist.
Where did I get 186,000 from?
That's the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second.
Miles
per second.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
so
my bad.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Well, just
Or 786, which is the speed of sound, 786 miles per hour.
I think sound gets a raw deal on that. It's like you got light over here, 186,000 miles per second.
Yeah.
And then you got 700 miles per hour.
Does light travel in waves? It does, right? Wavelengths. Yeah,
Light is a wave and a particle. And that was the end of the science portion of this.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Hope you guys like this. This is Science Guys Talk.
Don't forget to smash that subscribe button.
For science. So, as far as car companies that have gone
Soft. Gone soft.
Gone soft. I think Subaru, and I'll tell you why.
I agree with you.
So, Subaru used to make really oddball cars. They had the SVX. Let me pull some of these up just in case people don't know what I'm talking about.
You better not leave the Brat out of this either.
So yeah, that's what I was. Let's just look up Subaru Brat. Okay.
Incredible.
So this
I would
is
love
the
to have
Subaru
one
Brat.
of these.
And this was like a little El Camino. I think this had a boxer engine in it. I believe. I'm not sure. It might have had an inline four. You guys can tell me in the comments.
I think it is a boxer, but
just look at it. Would you just look at it?
Just look at it.
Yeah, and it's a great looking car. It's very it's almost Volkswagen-esque.
It looks like a Caddy for sure. Yeah, Volkswagen Caddy.
It's just like it's an El Camino.
That is what I should get for a truck. I should get a Volkswagen Caddy because I do want a truck.
Yeah. Why don't you just get a K truck, like a little K truck?
I could do that too.
Well, I don't know if you'd fit in it.
Is that a fat joke?
It's not a fat joke. You're also incredibly tall and incredibly wide. So
And incredibly handsome.
that's right. Hey, listen, Ladies,
don't talk to me.
hit your boy up. Okay, so there are actually seats back here.
Yeah, to avoid the chicken tax.
To avoid the, I don't know I don't know what the chicken tax is.
Me either, but I'm just regurgitating what Doug DeMuro told me.
Chicken tax.
Chicken tax. Screw you, chicken tax.
You got seats back
But
here.
you can't sit in the back there while the car's in motion.
Yeah, because that's
on the road because it's illegal.
Pretty illegal. Like
That blue one up there, the second picture, the world looks like almost like a World Rally blue with the gold
wheels.
Ooh,
that's nice.
That is gorgeous.
Okay, so Subaru used to make this. They made another car called the SVX. And the Subaru SVX.
I want to like the SVX.
I love the SVX.
I want to like it.
I love this car.
It's just, for me, it's too soft. It's too soft. And they only came in automatic.
Well, first of all, the automatics, it's not a problem because you can convert to 5-speed. Okay, there's a lot of SVXs running around with a 5-speed because these are Lego cars. This had a 3.3 liter, I believe, H6, and that had the same bolt pattern as a lot of the 5-speeds. And you can do some custom stuff, and it's actually not that expensive to do.
The design, obviously, I'm obsessed with.
It's so good.
But I want it to be more of a sports car and less of a Grand Tourer.
So Grand Tour.
Well, you always yell at me for saying Lancia instead of Lancia. So.
Grand Tour.
So I figured I'd throw the fancy word in there.
So here's the engine of the SVX.
Yep, that's a motor, sure is. Look at
and that it just looks like a little spider.
It looks like a little speed air.
That's a Robert Dunn joke.
Here, nerd moment. It looks like the spider tank from the original Ghost in the Shell. Anyone?
Okay. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm just going to skip over that.
Cool.
But take a look at this. Well, this is a rendering in Forza.
Still, it's Forza.
Yeah, Tyler Hoover bought one. $500? Yeah.
Nani?
I've actually tried to get him to sell me his $500 one, and he won't because he likes it, and I think he's going to try to autocross it. So that's not happening. But take a look at the interior of this thing.
If we want to look at interiors, speaking of Subaru, let's check out the Subaru XT6.
Oh my God, yes. But let's spend a little bit of time on this. So the interior is this. They were trying to make this into a Grand Tour. This was not a sports car.
No.
And a lot of people compare these cars to the NSX 300ZX, Supra, that sort of thing. And they were never supposed to be that. But they were the quirky.
Look at that parking brake with the broom bristles.
Dude, you can't do that anymore. That's illegal. That's against the rules.
It's a choking hazard for filmers.
Exactly. But I think this car would be, if you kind of made a little sporty version, this would be real good.
I think like an STI swap, like a motor and tranny swap.
Maybe. But let's see.
Or like a Porsche. Put a Porsche flat six in there.
Sure. Yeah. I guess. I actually like the cool. I like the inline. The H6. It makes like 230 horsepower. You could probably get a little more out of it. I like it.
All right.
The XT6.
This thing. I love this thing. I love these so much.
To be honest with you, it's one of the rarest cars that you can get for next to nothing.
Yep.
And if you can find one, I haven't been able to find one.
I have found a couple, but they were like, it's real bad.
So there's an XT6 Turbo, but it's like the
steering wheel is incredible.
It's the most 80s thing that ever did 80s.
That's why I need it. That is why I need it. Can we find one of these from Japan and import it, please?
Sure. But I think, it's probably rust by now. It's probably 100% rust.
The rear end looks like the Alfa Romeo 164.
It's very, man, it looks like what people in 1981 thought the future looked like.
Yep.
And right now it just looks...
This is what I want the future to look like. I want the future to be this.
I want the future to be 1981 so bad.
Yes. Or just any Sid Mead illustration. I just want that to be real.
Oh, look at this. This has look at these wheels. Ooh, that ain't bad.
I have a mighty need. Oh my God.
I like the window louvers. Oh, that's all sorts of perfect.
Jiminy Christmas.
This
is
good.
A Bring a Trailer ad. Hit the visit button.
Okay.
And let's see if this sold and if it did, for how much.
Okay. I want to see how much that is. 1988 Subaru XT sold for $5,700.
Come on.
Sold. Well, actually, it sold a month ago, so it's pretty recent.
And that's a year ago, but.
Oh, so it sold a year and a month.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was.
Holy freaking smokes!
That's not.
Those wheels are perfect. The interior is perfect.
So this is a manual, but take a look at that.
Oh yeah, it's got that crazy. It's got like almost like a space ball type of thing.
Like a Volvo. Yeah. Wow, that is.
Incredible.
How do you know when the steering wheel's straight? You don't.
This would be the world's coolest daily for sure.
That is real nice. And
It was like a full resto. Look at that.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that's real cool. I
I love that like most of the photos have fingers in them.
of course
He's a mechanic, guys, not a photographer.
no, I think he's pointing out like these are
Blemishes.
yeah blemishes
Okay,
and whatnot. Let me just make sure that we are. Yep. Okay. Yeah, he's just pointing out blemishes. This thing looks really, really good. I think this is super clean.
That's a wicked smart looking little car.
Super clean.
Wicked smart.
Okay, so we have the XT6.
Yep.
Then
the Brat SVX, GC8, the two-door.
Yes, the
coupe.
GC8 22B.
Oh,
So
which we did not get in the States.
We did not, but you can make a
Clone.
clone 22B STI. So this would be the RSTI sort of.
Yes.
And these were really good at the rally stuff, and it just looks amazing. So this is what they made in the 80s and 90s. This was Subaru was up to. On top of making, and the Impreza, like the Impreza was, it looked like this. It looked basically like this, just without the wide body, and you had what amounted to a race car, but it was just an economy car.
If you guys watch Taylor Ray on YouTube, he just picked up a four-door of this.
Oh, okay, cool.
That he's going to do a cool little build on. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I helped my friend do an engine build in one of these. It was a 98 GC8, and he had the wide body and everything. It was really,
Nice.
really, really cool.
Nice.
Did an SDI swap in it. But so Subaru made this, but now what
What's the
do they make?
what's the big SUV called? The
The
Elevation or some stupid
Ascent?
Ascent?
Yeah.
No, that was not an Ascent.
well, that's
That was an Isuzu. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Subaru
Well, I
Ascent.
guess they have that name now.
what,
Because they're-
2019 Subaru Ascent.
there was also the Isuzu Ascent.
Are you sure?
Look it up.
It's, okay.
Just real quick. Just
Okay.
just make me feel.
Isuzu Ascent.
Yep, there it is.
No, there's no Isuzu Ascent. There's just a Subaru.
I could have sworn.
Okay. Is it Berenstain Bears or Berenstein Bears?
It's Berenstein Bears.
Okay. Mandela effect is mitigated here. Okay. Did Mandela die in prison?
Isuzu Ascender.
Ascender. There we go.
Ascender.
You were almost going nuts, right? You're like,
Isuzu. Just please humor me.
okay.
Just
I
as an
need to
aside.
know I'm okay. Okay. Ascender.
Yes, it was basically just a
Bam.
Tahoe. It was a Tahoe with an
there's a
Isuzu
Tahoe.
badge.
Okay. So back to Subaru.
Okay, false alarm. Okay, we're good.
Subaru makes this, which is like some super milk toast, whatever. I'm sure it's fine.
Milk toast.
Milk toast. I don't hate that interior. It's not bad at all. I think it's interesting. But it is a far cry from a rally car
machine, yeah.
that has like some crazy quirky 80s stuff and the SVX where they were just going so outside the box. And even
can we just mention the pathetic mess that is the BRZ / GT86?
I don't no I like that, but that was more the BRZ has been out for a while, so it's it's not the best in the world. I mean, it has its shortcomings, but it's also a really good platform. I think that's going to overtake the 350Z as the drifter's car, because the 350Z has overtaken the 240 now as the drifter car of choice.
Well, I
But-
think it's in the process of, but yeah, it'll get there.
yeah, because they're going to get to such like they're going to be so cheap. You're going to be able to get one for like $4,000, and you can crash it all day. So this is the new WRX STI, and it looks good. I've actually driven it, but the problem is they've had this exact car for the last, I think, 4 years, and like it almost exactly. I think they changed some
exterior cues,
slight
yeah.
things, but like a slight facelift. But
I honestly think that this is a very good looking car.
it is a good looking car, but this is like the only one that they make that is good.
Is it bad that I really like the XV?
What's the Crosstrek?
Yeah.
I actually haven't
think
seen
that's
that.
a cool looking, just XV.
Okay, XV Crosstrek 2018.
I don't know if Crosstrek is a different
Subaru XV. Okay. Yeah. This.
I think that's a cool looking car.
Okay.
I would slap some big mud flaps, some OZ Rally wheels, a roof rack. Like
I guess, but to me, it just looks like a Hyundai Tucson. Like it just kind of looks like that.
I disagree.
Generic.
To me,
shape.
it looks like the Impreza just jacked up. It's like the all-road Avant.
Oh, okay.
Just got like the plastic fenders and it's up. It's raised.
I guess this doesn't really do it for me. I think one thing I really hate about these crossovers, super huge C-pillar. Like you just can't, because they even try to make a fake window here and it's just not working.
I don't mind it.
Well, I mind it when you have to drive and then you have an enormous blind spot and then you can't see anything out of the back window. You have like that's something I really hate about this crossover business. No, it's a Nissan.
Yep.
I will. It's an okay looking car, but I think Subaru, as far as like they used to make all these really outside the box cars, and this isn't as outside the box as some of the other ones.
Right.
This is basically just going along with.
When you say outside
thing.
the box, the older cars now may not seem that crazy, but back then, like that was crazy. Like it was
because you
innovative.
It was really innovative. Like
for its
they had,
time,
all wheel drive. They had all this technology, and they were just trying to put it into consumer hands. And this, I'm sure that they have technology here, and it's great. But to me, it just looks like every other. If you put this thing in a parking lot, it would just look like every other crossover in the parking lot.
You're right.
If you put a Subaru SVX next to something, you'd be like, "What is that?
Yeah,
is that some weird?" It was like Italian designed. It was like it just doesn't look like it belongs. It looks exotic, like not necessarily exotic, but it just looks special. You know,
it looks different.
Yeah,
it stands out.
So another thing that another company that I think has really lost their way in a major way, Mitsubishi.
Yeah, I don't really see them being around for much longer, to be honest.
I have no idea how they're around now. Like, what do they sell cars?
They sell air conditioning units.
I know that. I think they sell TVs. I know that they
do they still make TVs?
I know that they used to sell like those big screen TVs that you see at bars.
Yeah.
Those big projector.
Yeah.
The ones where you have to align the guns, or whatever. But I don't know. Do they make cars? Guys,
I think they only do.
Comment down below if Mitsubishi still makes cars.
I think they only do crossovers.
So let's see. Because I went to the Chicago Auto Show a few years back. I think it was 2015 or something. And it was one of those, they had a Mitsubishi stand, but the Chicago Auto Show is just for trucks, right? So it's one of those things where they debuted like the new Mitsubishi Montero concept, but they never did anything with it.
Yeah.
And then they had like a Mitsubishi Outlander, but then it was like, oh, it's like the last one. And it's like they don't. It's not anything interesting. But if you take a look at what Mitsubishi was making back in its heyday, I will show you guys. Actually, mine can come up maybe. The '99 Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. This was my car. This one, and.
Why did you get rid of that? What is wrong with you?
Well, the house we're in right now, that's why. So I had to. This was helped me with down payment for my house, but this is the car I had, and I sold it. And here's my Jalopnik article. And dude, I love this thing. All I did to it was I lowered it with some Tane Type Flex, which had EDFC, which was a like on the fly, you can adjust it was aftermarket on the fly adjustment of the suspension.
What?
Yeah. It didn't go up and down, but it was just like adjusted the damping.
Yeah.
So you had that, and I also had these Rota P45Rs. So these were there's a square stance, 265s all around. And dude, I loved the way this thing handled. It had no. It was actually a pretty big car. Had no space on the interior, so
right.
it was like a supercar. It was like one of those like an '80s supercar, and it was just amazing. I love that when I look up 3000 like '99 VR4, like all of my pictures just show up first. So
the fact that you don't have this car anymore hurts my heart.
It hurts my heart too. I miss this car, and I've been trying to find one for a long time.
Can you find your exact car?
So this has changed hands a few times because I think this car had a little bit of rust on the bottom.
Okay.
And it's been to California. I think it was for sale, but they sold it for way more than I sold it for because these things are going up in value. You know that
Especially the 99s.
they only made 289 of these.
Yeah.
In 99.
And how many of them are red?
Yeah, right. So a fun fact about this car had a single stage paint job.
Yes.
If you look at any other 3000 GT, all their clear coats are peeling because they use crap clear coat in the 90s. This one did not have a clear coat, and I can polish it to make it look like this.
Yep.
And I ended up getting a brand new bumper in the same, this is a brand new bumper that I got from Mitsubishi.
Old new stock?
Old new stock in the same color.
Wow.
And I just picked it up. I think it was like $600. But like what, and it was in New Jersey. So when I was in New Jersey at the time, I was like, so there's a brand new bumper that I can get from a dealership
Same
in
color.
my color. I'm like, what are the odds of that? I'm like, I have to get it. So I got the bumper and it was super, super nice. I love these wheels. I love the car. And a lot of people ask if, the wing is stock.
Yes, it is.
The wing was completely stock. So everything on this car, it was a 1 year only body kit. The 98 did not look like this.
No.
And the 99 was the last year they had it here. I think they had them up to 2001. Extremely clean. Did somebody take my pictures? Yeah, Motor One stole my pictures. Thanks a lot, Motor One. So they had a 1 year only body kit. In Japan, I think they were around till 2001. But this was the rarest single year VR4. I think the 98 it was a little more rare, but the 97 and 98 look identical.
So in Japan, this was called the Mitsubishi GTO.
GTO,
And then they
correct.
also had the front wheel drive smaller car, the
FTO,
FTO.
yes.
Which is also a very cool design. I
Yeah,
love
yes.
the way that car looked.
Yeah, so we can look up. You can actually import. I don't think you can import them now.
I don't think they're old enough yet.
Yeah, but the FTO, actually Jackie Chan used a bunch of these. And they have them in UK, and they're like, I think Car Throttle made a video about how's a 90s sports car and whatever. 2.0 V6. I love small displacement
Yes.
V6s. Man.
There's small displacement anything, really, even V8.
Like a Mazda MX-3 with a 1.8 V6.
Awesome.
Yeah. See the FTO, super nice, but we never got them here. So as far as what we got here, here's what we did get. Well, yeah. So we had the Mitsubishi Starion, and the Starion was 2.6 liter. First of all, this guy, this is not stock,
It's so good.
but this is like probably
Oh, my God.
it's like the best. I think Brian Scotto said that if he could buy any car that was on Hoonigan's build breakdown, he'd buy this one because it was just so well done. I think it's an LS build. Like this guy completely did everything in his own garage. But I digress. So this was a stock one looks like. It's just it looks really good, very, very 80s. Has window louvers,
And
like stock.
you can have either this or the Chrysler Conquest.
Yeah.
Basically the exact same car, from what I understand.
Yes, the Conquest TSI. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was a 2.6 liter inline 4 turbocharged. So and they also had, I think they had problems with head gaskets or something. Like their motors weren't necessarily the best, but they were, for what they were pretty good. You can also get these. Of course, the super small resolution. They also had a narrow body version. So you see, like this has, well, this is a 1/8 scale model. Why are none of these pictures like good? Okay, so this is a wide body. You can see that there's the body work comes off the side, almost like a 944.
Yep.
But you can also get a narrow body version, and that was, oh my God, small. Okay, so here's a narrow
There you
body.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Starion, and it looks odd, right? It looks like it's missing something.
It looks stereoed.
Yeah, Stereod.
Or looks stereo off.
That guy looks dead.
Yeah.
The guy in the picture, he's just like really, like he looks like he's about to run into a wall.
On purpose.
On purpose. So it just looks really narrow. It looks almost like a 924 versus a 944. 924 looks very kind of sunken in, and 944 is like wide hips, that sort of thing. But the Starion was this awesome looking car. What are they making now? That's
Currently?
Yeah.
I think all they're making is crossovers. The Outlander and the Eclipse.
So if I just look up 2019 Mitsubishi, right? That's
It'll just be sadness.
let's see what we got.
Crossovers.
Well, we got the Outlander and the Eclipse Cross.
Which is just pathetic.
Right.
It's literally just a CRV. That is a CRV.
That looks like a CRV. And then we have the Outlander, which is a slightly bigger one.
Which also looks like a CRV.
It's just it's that Top Gear joke where it's like you just tell them, I want a car, just give me what size, that's it. Wow, really? Is that all they make? 2019 Lancer Evolution. Okay, yes, that is not a real thing at all. No. That is a very bad rendering. Okay, yes. So well, I mean, here's the thing. No car manufacturer is really making cars anymore. It's very rare for a car manufacturer to put like a lot of effort. I think Cadillac is the only company that's actually trying to do stuff with cars, and they're not. They're
what about Toyota, Honda?
No, but
Nissan.
Their sales are getting eclipsed by their crossover sales are being eclipsed by the cars. Well, I mean the cars are being eclipsed by the crossovers.
Right. I think that like the reason Cadillac their cars aren't being eclipsed is because the SRX the XT6 now and the Escalade are so expensive compared to the cars.
They're really nice though.
They are very nice.
Yeah,
but they're so expensive.
But the XT6 nobody cares about. So here's what they're making now, and here's what they used to make. So let's look up the first Evo that we can get here. I think that was an Evo 8, right?
Yes.
Yes. So here's the Evo 8. And this thing, when it came out, it was just insane. It was like a little 2-liter 4G63 inline 4, made 200-something horsepower, I believe. Something like that.
All-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive, manual 5-speed, and then the MR had 6-speed, or it might have been the other way around. I think the MR had 5-speed and the other one had 6-speed. I don't know.
They both should have had 6-speed.
No, one had 5-speed.
But I'm saying it should have had 6.
I think one was closer ratio. I think they had a different... Well, in any case, take a look at this thing. It looked really good. Okay? And this is essentially a car that they've been making since like the late 80s.
Now go back up and put the word wagon.
Let's see what we got here.
Oh my god!
Wow!
My god!
Okay, well these are Evo 9s.
Who cares?
So it's Evo 8 and Evo 9 are basically the same car.
Yes, but just look.
Would you just
wagon.
Look at it?
Good night.
Are these like actual cars?
Yes.
Well, this is obviously not in our neck of the woods. This is
not in the U.S.
This is a Japanese or UK market, something like that.
Overseas, I'm not exactly sure.
Well, it's a right-hand drive car.
I think it's mostly Japanese.
But that looks very good. Can you? Okay, so real talk. If I got an Evo and then we got a Rally Art wagon, can we just like make this happen?
I'm pretty sure you could. I had a Rally Art wagon. Look up 2004 Rally Art wagon.
Okay, so
2004 Mitsubishi Lancer Rally Art Sportback.
Okay, just look up Rally Art wagon. I'm sure we'll get it.
Yeah, the yellow.
Okay, so there we go.
Car.
There you go.
But mine was silver.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
It's a good looking car. It only came in auto.
Okay,
which kind of sucks. Recaros from factory, amazing.
Nice. You know what else has Recaros from factory?
My Focus ST.
Buses.
It's
bus. Yes.
So yeah, pretty decent looking car for its time. I didn't do any mods to it because when I had this, I was in college, so I was broke.
That's not bad. I mean, it has a traditional sort of the Evo interior was identical.
No, yeah, exactly.
And they had it was cheap.
The steering wheel was different. But
but I mean the layout and everything. It's the Evo was a real cheap on the inside.
Every Mitsubishi is real cheap on the inside.
Yes. But it's okay, so it's not bad. So but now they don't make this stuff, and I think that they have really lost their way. I think one of the things I really like about Mitsubishi is the fact that with the VR4, they brought in a car that had not only all-wheel drive, but it had a dual overhead cam, 4-valve per cylinder, V6 with twin turbos,
active aero.
In the front and the back.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah, active aero in 91. I had an original 91.
Okay, there you go.
So it had active aero in the front and the back. It had this amazing looking stereo, like a radio. It was like really, like the graphics came on and stuff. It had this, the climate control, automatic climate control.
Yep.
And also when you pressed it, it had like the arrows for where, air is coming out. They were sequential. Like they would point to where the air was going. Like it was insane. So you had that. It was a 5-speed, then it went to a 6-speed. I think it was one of the biggest. It was one of the first cars I think to include a 6-speed manual transmission. It was 94 when they had a 6-speed.
Wow.
So I don't know anything else, like short of a Ferrari maybe.
Right,
that had a 6-speed. Everything else was 5. So there were like a lot of firsts there, and it's a shame that they didn't sell more, because I guess that's because they had the Supra, the 300ZX, RX-7, those sort of things.
So back then, like these advancements, these were like huge jumps.
Oh yeah.
But now, like other than going either hybrid or full electric, like what other
I think
advancements can be made with gas cars?
Here's the thing. To credit where credit is due, I guarantee you the advancements are more. The R&D is more in software, and it's likely in safety, efficiency, that sort of thing. Because that was not exactly what people were looking for back then. Back then, it was they were just getting off the power crazed 80s. And they were like, we need cars with more power. We need cars that handle better. We need cars that are like going to set your hair on fire. So that's what Japan did. They just said, we'll have this gentleman's agreement, and all our cars are going to have 276 horsepower. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Just kidding. This one makes 300 out of the factory, and then if you boost it, it'll do 600. But right now, people don't care about that.
Right.
Unless Mitsubishi wants to get into the Dodge Demon market or something. I doubt that's going to be a thing. But
the Eclipse Demon upside down cross.
Yeah, the Eclipse. Okay, no, I'm not going there.
Has 666 horsepower from the factory. The steering wheel is a pentagram, and the seats are made of human skin.
That sounds like something Renault would make. Oh, a Citroen, a brand new Citroen. Why? The Citroen DS666.
Oh, there you go.
So I think that it's just their priorities were different back then, but they're definitely not. I don't know what could make them cool anymore. I think if they came out with like a flagship car, or even what's cool? The Mitsubishi Montero. They actually had the Montero. I'll pull it up. My dad had an 03 Montero, and I actually like that car. And
those have such cult followings.
They do. And so there's a Montero and a Montero Sport. The Montero Sport was way worse. So here's a Montero. This is basically the one my dad had. Well, no, this is like a Shogun overseas. This is in Europe. This is a 2-door one, which is really cool. I think it was either the Shogun or the Pajero. That's what they call it, or Pajero. I don't know. But here's the one that my dad had.
It's a good looking truck.
It's really nice. I liked it a lot. But he got like the bone stock, like cloth seats, that sort of thing. It never really gave us a problem though. Like I think one of the sensors went out, and
when I got rid of my Sportback, the transmission was on its way out.
Yeah,
it was slipping, and yeah.
But this one had everything was pretty good. I really liked. I like the styling of the car, and one of the things I liked about this car is that if you look up Montero Dakar, you have it had actual. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. It was like a Dakar rally car.
Yeah, and
you had some racing pedigree. It's like they had a Mitsubishi rally team, and it's really really cool. And
now they have mini Countryman Dakar cars.
Oh yeah, of course. But just when my dad was buying the car at the dealership, they had this as like part of the brochure.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Petro bras made of petrol.
Maybe they're petrified. I don't know.
Oh my god.
But it's a great car, and I don't know why they don't make this anymore. It's most likely because they didn't sell.
Yeah.
But I think that'll end this segment. I think we've made our point. Subaru has lost their way.
BMW has lost their way.
BMW has lost. Did we get into? Yeah, we did a little bit.
Sort of.
Why do you think BMW has lost their way? Just quickly.
The cars that they make now, as opposed to the cars from the 80s and 90s, the cars they make now feel too mass produced. I just.
Is it like, hey, do you like this band? Like I did before you figured it out.
No.
Do they feel too safe? Like do they feel too like they need a little more?
Maybe that's part of it.
Because I drove a new BMW. I think it was like 320i or 220 or something, and it had the 2-liter turbo and a manual transmission. I drove it on snow, and it was great. I liked it a lot. I can't imagine myself buying one though. I can never look at something like that. I'm like, you know, I
guess the BMWs of today are just a product of their time where they have to keep up with the safety regulations and emissions and efficiency, blah, blah, blah.
But nothing like even the hottest versions like the M4 and the GTS and stuff, it doesn't light my hair on fire. I never go, I want that. Yeah. But if I look at like an M3, an E46 M3, I go,
oh boy,
that's nice. That's nice. I'd like that.
I will say,
even though I had one, and now like I sort of miss it though. I really like that car.
What, the E46?
Yeah, I had an E46.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Please.
You guys can.
While you're doing that, the car from BMW that really has my attention, and I'm interested to see kind of what happens with it, is the new 8 Series.
Okay. Oh yeah, the new 8 Series is E48. Why do E48? E36. E46. There we go. I don't know what these things are. Yeah. So this is the car I bought.
Was it stick?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
That's a good. That's a good looking body style. That thing is wrecked.
It is wrecked. So I bought this in New York. It was wrecked, and here's how here's.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had square stance wheels, lowered, new bumper, painted, all that stuff.
OEM plus.
Yeah, OEM plus. Carbon fiber CSL trunk.
Why did you get rid of this?
Because I didn't have any money, Andrew. They had to sell cars. But it had a.
Did you at least make money off the sale?
Yes.
Good.
I think so. I wrote. This was an Art of the Flip article: how to buy and sell a BMW.
Hey.
Yeah, there we go. So, shout out to Jalopnik. Hopefully, you don't have anything objectionable about the Trump administration. So, let's. Yeah. So here's you guys can go check it out. Just type in E46 BMW Tavarish, and I had to redo like the leather inserts. Put in an airbag. I don't know why. And like it came out pretty good.
It really did. That looks great.
Yeah. I had some, oh God, no Jalopnik. I don't want news straight to my inbox. And dude, I like this car a lot. It was fine. I actually redid this. This is vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
And brushed aluminum, 3M vinyl. Mm-hmm. And it had original brushed aluminum, but it's BMW, so it's all messed
garbage.
up. And
did these cars have any of that nasty peeling vinyl paint on the interior?
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Of course. So this was the car. It was my 03, and it had an AFE intake. Like there's
the intake that I have on my Mini Cooper.
Yep. So I like this car a lot. It was I loved the tires.
Perfect
they stuck
fit.
out. Yeah. And carbon fiber, and I also had a carbon fiber lower section here. I think it had an exhaust on it. I'm not sure. And I made $1,600 selling it, so it wasn't bad. I think I sold it for $11,400. They're probably worth more now.
Oh,
they're definitely worth
good
more
shape.
now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So this was I think I don't know how many miles I had on it, but they're definitely worth a little more now. Mm-hmm. And I miss that car, but I don't see myself going. You know that M4 GTS or M3? I don't know.
That's so stupid.
No, the M4 GTS. One of my friends has one and he loves it, or the M2 or something.
The M2 I like,
but I can't see myself going M2. Like, well, like in a few years, I want to pick one up. Like, I don't want to do that.
If I had the money, I'd go for. I'd rather have a 1M.
1M. You know, you should get what one of my friends just got. Just a 135. The 135?
Oh, yes.
It's so cheap.
Yeah,
It is so cheap. And it's basically like a Supra and nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
Why aren't people buying 135s? First of all, it's the same drivetrain as the 1M. Okay? It's the same, like if you get it after 2012 or 2014.
Okay.
You can buy them for less than 10 grand, dude. They're less than 10 grand. You have a inline 6, twin turbo or turbocharged. I don't know if it's twin or not. Either DCT or manual. And you can get a manual for earlier years. Less than 10 grand. And they're small, they're nimble, and it's basically like a Supra. It's the new Supra.
Huh.
So, and there's a lot of mods you can do to it. Has its share of issues, but it's a great car. So you can find like probably the nicest one in the world for like 15 to 20.
We're getting kind of choppy here.
Oh, are we? Oh no. Oh God.
It's fine.
It's not fine. All right, we will stop this and we will get on to less choppy things. And we're back. We had some technical difficulties. The computer just blew up, literally exploded, just went up real, bomb-like.
It's so weird. I don't remember that happening.
In any case, I think this is a good time to start answering some questions. So,
I agree.
I think I'm going to start with this guy. So on my Instagram, you guys should definitely follow it at The Real Tavarish. Some of you asked, did you know this car was going to take this long? Referring to my Lamborghini. No, I did not.
All right.
I thought it was going to take a little sooner, but there was a lot of stuff that needed doing on that car, so that's what happened. I did not think it was going to take that long, but I'm kind of glad that it's getting to ahead. You know, it's just getting to a point where I can now drive it, and I don't have to worry about it blowing up. Well, I mean, I always have to worry about it blowing up, but who knows? Would you do an episode with Daily Driven Exotics? Because in the end, it could be a DDE. Yeah, sure. Why not?
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, you watch DDE, right?
Very, very frequently. Yeah, I'm very much in the DDE fam.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so would you ever drag a roll race the Lamborghini? Of course. Yeah, I have no problem with it. It has to be on a track, but I have no problem with the drag. I have more problem with that than roll racing.
I think roll racing would be the strong point.
Yeah, roll racing would be really cool because it's a top end car. Hey Tavarish, I'm a 17-year-old high school senior who loves cars and going on long road trips. I have a 1999 E46. It's a great car, but it's getting pretty old. I was asking you if I should get a 2011 B8 S4 or 2007 Lexus IS250. IS250.
Lexus.
Get the Lexus.
Yep.
Do not get that S4 if you value your time, your money, your sanity, anything. Do not get that S4.
Yep, do the Lexus.
Please get the Lexus, yes. The Lexus is slower, but you will actually get places.
And in my opinion, a better looking car.
Yeah, I think so too.
The 11 Audis are just kind of plain Jane boring.
Sure. Have you found the solution to your convertible top? No, I have not. Do you plan on keeping the car later on? Yes, I have. What's your opinion on the Ford GT? Would you ever buy one? If one was on fire and was in my price range, then sure. But I don't.
Are we talking about the old, like the 05, the first gen, or are we talking about the second gen?
Okay, so if we're talking about the 05, then maybe like something like Doug DeMuro has. I've never driven one. I sort of don't get why people like them so much. I don't like the styling.
Yeah, me either.
It doesn't do anything for me, but people go like, it's the best car ever made. And like, I'm sure it's nice. I'm sure it's cool. I don't see myself buying one. I never really looked at it like, especially because now they're selling for more than they were, MSRP.
Yeah.
They're like, $250,000, $300,000. I don't know if I'd do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can get a lot of car for that money.
And with the new one, it's a great looking car and it's real fast and all that. But like most of the interior, I already have in my Focus.
Sure, but the problem with hold on 1 second. Got a call from somebody. All right, back. That was
an important phone call.
It was
for some important future projects.
Yes, that I will not tell you about.
Me either, but
damn.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Anyway, Ford GT interior. I like. It's basically a race car for the street.
It is, but I feel like if you're paying that much money for a car, maybe they should have gone the extra mile and made some like bespoke interior.
It does have bespoke interior parts, though.
Yeah, but like it has the same window and headlight switches from like the Focus and every other Ford vehicle.
That I do not care because first of all, the window switches from a Ford Focus are pretty nice.
Indicator stocks and stuff I think are from other Ford vehicles.
I feel like you should be able to use that as a bargaining chip. Be like, listen, this has window switches from Ford GT.
And like I get the whole like using like the parts bin thing to make it less expensive to.
It's using an engine that they put in literally every other car that they have.
I know, but I'm saying like the interior though, man.
Okay.
I'm all about the all around experience.
Okay,
and
now
how much are the new Ford GTs?
All right, now I'm pissed. Hold on,
$500,000.
Let me. Okay, so you want to talk about parts bin stuff? The reason why you get a car that's very, very expensive and bespoke is so you have like the engine is the main thing that you want in a sports car, right? And what do they put? They put the 3.5 V6. That's in every single other car. Yeah, sure, it's tuned up and it has 600 horsepower. That's great. But you can get it in a Raptor, you can get an F-150, you can get it a Fusion. Like it's insane. You can't get the 3.5 in a Fusion, but
2.7.
Yeah, 2.7. You can get it in a Taurus, right? Get that same basic engine in the. Imagine, right? If you had I don't know what's a car company that makes a bunch of like the GTR, right? If Nissan had the GTR engine, which is the VR38, what if they just put like a VR38 with smaller turbos, just smaller turbos in Altima with a GTR.
Didn't they do that in the new Infiniti Q60?
No, they had a VR30. It was a smaller.
What was the Eau Rouge?
Wasn't
that basically
it's a Q60S Red Sport 400, but that was a sports sedan GT thing, right?
But it has basically the same motor as a GTR.
It doesn't have basically the same motor. It has a next generation derivative sort of, but it also has twin turbocharged, whatever.
I'm already falling asleep.
But okay, so, well, let me get you back. That at least is an elite car. That's the best car Infiniti has of that. Imagine if now they put that into their base model, whatever, as just an engine option. This stuff, you can get this in a what amounts to a base model F-150. I mean, I know they have 2.7s and whatever, but you can get a 3.5 EcoBoost in F-150, a Ford Taurus. A Taurus EcoBoost.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. You can't get what?
They don't make it anymore. No, you can't.
Okay. They used to.
The car doesn't exist if they don't make it anymore.
They used
all
to.
fade away. I'm walking home because they stopped making Focus Assists.
Life is just a series of disappointments.
Thanos of Ford just snapped. And my Focus is just like, check engine light on. I don't feel so good. I don't even watch Marvel movies, and I know that because of all the memes.
Okay, so that's my gripe with the Ford GT. I wish it had a better, here's our engine, but we stroked it out.
I just feel like they should have made it a V8.
That too, but I'm fine with a V6. But if they went this has real racing pedigree, it does have racing pedigree. But when I went to an actual race at Sebring, the Ford GT was the worst sounding car there. It was ear deafeningly loud. Everything else sounded kind of exotic. This was like
What was it like?
It's a lowered version.
That's when it's on the other side of the track.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Yeah. So that's what it sounds like. So that's what it sounds like. That's the only gripe I have. I'm sure the car is wonderful.
Oh, I mean, Jay Leno is in love with his.
Sure, everybody that buys it is in love with this.
Other than John Cena.
Other
than John Cena.
John Cena is in love with it because it made him a lot of money. So I think that they have to be contractually obligated to love the car, or else Ford won't give you one. Won't let you buy one. They don't give it to you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd have one. But otherwise, I'd be talking about how great it is. How great.
Yeah, right.
And Ford is the best car company of them all. Okay, so that's it. I just a slight rant on that. Let's see. Did you replace the burnt seatbelt? Second one, color will the brake calipers be? In reverse order, the brake calipers for the foreseeable future will be the same color, blue. And did I replace the seatbelt? Yes, because I had a little burnt seatbelt because the car was on fire.
Oh, was it on fire?
I think it was on fire, yes.
Oh, wow.
It was. Okay, last question. Did you manage to open the glove box on your Lamborghini? I did not, and that was a big point of contention with a lot of people because I said the interior was 100% done, and it was in fact not 100% because I couldn't open the glove box because the glove box opening thing was broken. I can get it open with a pick, but I have to order the plastic panels because it's Volkswagen stuff.
So the real question is, what was in the glove box?
I'd like to say something interesting. It was an iPod. There was an iPod in the glove box. There was a bunch of trap music in there, which makes a lot of sense. So it was just some old iPod. I think I have it in the closet somewhere. So I wish there was if there was $10,000 in cash or a Kia Coke or something like that.
3 gold bricks.
Okay.
You'll never believe what Tavarish found in the glove box of his Lambo.
Whoa!
Number 3 will surprise you.
Yeah, it just has me doing on the thumbnail, me doing the soy boy face. Yeah. So that should be the thumbnail for this video.
That should be the name of our new band, Soy Boy Face.
Soy Boy Face. All right. So on that note, I think it's time to end. If you'd like to contact us, it's carguystalk@gmail.com. All our social links will be down below for your perusal and or abusal. So
not bad. It's catchy.
Yes, perusal.
That's the first Soy Boy Face single.
Yes.
Perusal and abusal.
All right, so until next time, this is me, Tavarish, for Andrew Howell, reminding you guys to what do we do again?
wrench every day.
That too.